Hi, it's Tim Hagen from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback. How to set up your own coaching automation system. First of all, what's a coaching automation system? First, let's think about coaching in its traditional sense. Coaching is when a coach, specifically in our case, a leader is coaching his or her employee. And they're coaching them, let's say, on a particular area. Now, that requires weekly, bi-weekly conversations where there's questions asked and activities are facilitated to drive positive change. That, in essence, is coaching at its most fundamental element. Now, with that being said, what if content replaced conversations? So let's take somebody with a negative attitude. Now, let me be very clear. Before I go into the 4 steps of how to set up a coaching automation system, we have to understand one thing. Nothing replaces a leader sitting down with his or her employees. Nothing should. We should never fully replace that conversation. Here's why. At the end of the year, or maybe quarterly, there's going to be a review. End of the year review, let's just say that for traditional sake. If somebody does not coach directly and then evaluates the employee will look for ways to discount that evaluation because they're going to immediately jump to this element of, well, you haven't spent time with me. You haven't coached me. It almost gets weaponized against the leader. Now, let's take someone with a negative attitude. A traditional coach would ask questions such as, what are you going to do to positively engage with your teammates and so on. Now, what if for, let's say, 30 days, and I'm going to give you a case study here in a second. For 30 days, that employee got 2 videos a week. Let's just say Tuesday and Thursday, they get a video and they're asked to watch a 2 to 3 minute, let's say, YouTube or Vimeo video clip. And it's a feel-good inspiration story. It's a comeback story. It's about a feel-good story about somebody overcoming, challenges in life. I once sent out one of my favorite videos is called Money Robert, about a Down syndrome manager who made the last shot senior night. He got to suit up with the team. He didn't get carried off the floor by his team. He got carried off the floor by both teams. I've used that video when people are complaining and commiserating. And I use that video and I always say, think about what this family's got to deal with. Think about what this kid just experienced. And all of a sudden it diffuses everyone's willingness to complain. And they start to, I got to be more upbeat. I got to be more energetic. So what you do is you replace content with conversation. So every Tuesday and Thursday, somebody gets a video. And it doesn't just have to be video. It could be a podcast. It could be an audio clip. It could be an article, what have you. They get that content and then they're asked questions such as, what did you take away from this video? What did you learn about yourself? What will you do to simulate this type of behavior positively? And what we then do, step 3. So step 1 is using content. Step 2 is attaching questions to the content piece. And then step 3, we use something called a LAST assessment. How do you make training and learning last? LAST is an acronym for learning, action, share, and tell. What did you learn? What actions did you take? Share what you did. Tell us what you're going to do going forward, which is really the accountability piece. Now, here's the cool thing. They can do that in a fillable PDF, and some of our clients actually do it in an actual assessment form. And we'll ask data questions such as, do you feel like you're getting more positive? Do you feel like this is making a difference? Do you feel like this is going to assist you in reaching your goal? Recently, we did this with a small team of 6 people who are really struggling with mentality, attitude, teamwork. And at the end of the 30 days, we asked the manager, I said, so what were some of your observations? He goes, it's weird. It's almost like I forgot we were doing this because there was no complaining. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, I think This process gets them to stop and think and reflect, which most of us don't do until we're prompted to. So again, here's the 4 steps. Content, step 2, questions, step 3, an assessment. Now we use something called a last assessment, and then you derive data. You look at the trends of what's going on. Here's the amazing thing. Very easy to do. Very non-work interruptive. This can really support talent development, behavioral acceleration of employees. It can accelerate teamwork. Now, what we've done here at Progress Coaching is we built out a whole product line called Coach to You. We bring coaching to you. It's a great supplement to leaders coaching. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagen and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.